I'm here to sell my ring pistol today.
It's a sword pistol that I thought you might be interested in purchasing.
Padlock key gun. A key gun and a lock.
The first seller walked in with one of the strangest items ever brought into the shop.
We have a pistol grown into a tree.
The seller said he bought it at an Old West collectibles auction and believed the real value was in the mystery behind it.
I'm guessing 1858 Remington? Is it loaded?
Supposedly, there is a bullet in the chamber.
After checking, Rick confirmed one round was still inside, completely sealed by the tree that grew around the barrel.
Every once in a while, people bring in buried or sunken treasure. But a gun that a tree actually grew into, I've definitely never seen anything like this.
The seller wanted $18,000, but Rick was unsure what something like this could be worth, so he called in a firearms expert.
This is crazy. How did this get here? Nobody's gonna ever know.
The expert confirmed it was a Remington New Model Army revolver, one of the most widely used pistols by Union soldiers during the Civil War.
This is the one time when you're gonna ask me what it's worth that I'm gonna tell you I don't know. Tell you what I would pay for it. I'd pay $3,000 or $4,000, no problem.
The expert explained that the gun's value wasn't in its condition, but in the story it told.
Because I really want this for myself. I'd give you $4,000 for it.
No.
We'd take $5,000.
No.
The next seller walked in with what he believed was one of the rarest Civil War pistols ever made.
Clark and Sherrard. It might be the rarest Civil War gun there is.
The seller said he bought the revolver at an estate sale in Texas and had spent decades collecting firearms.
You know how rare these are. There's like just a handful of these in the world.
Absolutely.
Because of how rare the revolver was, Rick admitted it felt like the seller had walked in with a museum-level piece.
So, how much you want for this thing?
I'd be happy with $40,000.
I'm not even beginning to figure out if this thing's real or fake. I just don't know enough about it. So let me call a friend who will know something about it.
The expert explained that while the revolver appeared legitimate, the serial numbers didn't match known examples.
Problem is, from the ones that I know that exist and the ones I've been able to research, the serial number font does not match this. It doesn't mean that the gun is fake. It does mean that the serial numbers are.
With no way to guarantee its authenticity, Rick had no choice but to pass on the deal.
It's going to be too difficult for me to sell. I mean, when someone walks in my shop, I give a guarantee on every single thing I sell, and I can't do it on this.
The next seller came into the shop with a rare and unusual weapon.
It's a sword pistol that I thought you might be interested in purchasing.
The seller explained he was hoping to sell it to fund a personal project.
How much are you asking for it?
20 grand.
Let me call someone. I have a buddy that will know 1,000 times more than I know about this.
The expert explained the weapon was known as a Hirschfänger, designed for hunting wild boar in the late 1600s or early 1700s.
This wasn't a combat type piece. Royalty, landed gentry, they'd go out in the woods, they would shoot at boar, they'd injure them, they'd catch up to the boar, and they would try to stick it with the sword to finish it off, but if the boar was still moving, they could have the pistol to bring it down as well.
The expert said the pistol's value depended on whether it was still functional. To prove it wasn't just decorative, they decided to put it to the test.
Okay, we're ready.
All right.
So the idea is that is an injured wild boar. I'm going to finish it off, put it out of its misery, so you'd stab it a couple of times in the neck, ideally. 1, 2, 3. If it still wasn't dead or it started to run away.
After confirming the revolver was fully functional, the expert put its realistic value in today's market at around $12,000.
What will you take for it?
12,000.
I'll give you 7.
I'll go 1050.
There's no money at that. I mean, I'll go $7,500. That'd be like it.
I think I can probably do better at an auction or at one of the specialty shows.
This is a very rare piece. It's got some silver, got some gold in it, and it's all engraved.
The next seller brought in a Remington revolver from the late 1800s.
Where did you get this?
A lady friend of mine got it in a divorce.
Lady friend, huh?
Lady friend. We made an arrangement, and
You got paid for your services.
The seller was asking for $15,000, but there was no documentation to confirm the gun's originality, so Rick brought in an expert to evaluate it.
In 1890, this was that cowboy gun. This gun is completely original. This could exceed in value of maybe $40,000 or more.
The expert confirmed it was indeed a Remington Model 1890, a favorite of Old West gunslingers. But after checking the serial number and finish, he found signs that it had been refinished and replated decades later, not factory original.
So what do you think it's worth?
Realistically, I've seen them sell $8,000 to maybe $12,000.
After hearing the expert's appraisal, Rick offered him $5,000, but then the seller countered with $7,000. In the end, they eventually agreed on $6,000. The next seller walked in with one of the smallest weapons ever brought into the shop,
Damn, I've never seen one of these before. It's a pistol ring.
The seller explained the ring pistol dated back to the 1800s and was extremely rare.
It's called an Imperial Protector. This is a 6-shot version. I assume it was for gamblers.
Rick pointed out that despite its small size, the ring pistol was a real weapon, and its firing system dated back to the earliest days of cartridges.
How much did you want for it?
$9 grand.
Let me get a friend of mine down here who's going to know more about this than I am.
The expert explained these pistols were luxury items, owned only by wealthy collectors, and were incredibly scarce.
So what do they go for?
You don't have any ammunition with it, do you?
No.
Normally, I see them go from between $4,000 to $6,000. At a recent auction, one was up for sale. Two guys started going at it, and it went for $11,500.
After the expert weighed in, Rick offered $3,000. The seller refused, so Rick raised it to $5,000, but the seller still wouldn't budge.
$7,000 would be my top dollar.
No, can't do it.
What would be your best price?
$8,500.
I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
The next seller walked in with one of the most iconic guns in American history.
This is a very early Colt single-action army. This is 1870s, and everyone wanted them. And they also had the world's greatest advertising campaign. God made all men, and Colt made them all equal.
Rick said the gun was revolutionary for its time, using cartridges instead of loose powder and ball, making it the most advanced technology of the 1870s.
This is the dream gun of every Colt collector. If you have ever seen a Western, you've seen this gun. I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing. But I have to make sure everything checks out.
The seller explained that the item came from unpaid bond collateral, and he wanted $25,000 for it.
Do you mind if I have someone take a look at this thing? I mean, I just have a lot of questions on the gun. I mean, it's really weird that you have two serial numbers on the gun. If everything checks out, maybe we can make a deal.
The expert confirmed it was a known and documented Colt revolver, even appearing in collector books.
There's some really weirdness with the serial numbers.
Look, these were hand stamped. They were making them thousands and shipping them out, and that could just be a simple mistake. It could drive the value down a bit, but there's so much right about this beautiful gun that I would still want it.
The expert valued the revolver well above the asking price, putting it at $35,000 at auction and potentially over $50,000.
I mean, what's your best price?
35.
I go 26.
27,500.
We got a deal.
The next seller walked into the shop with a strange and historic weapon from the 17th century.
17th century padlock key gun.
A key gun and a lock. Let's take a look at the lock here. It's pretty freaking heavy. Wow.
The seller explained that the gun was fully functional and was hoping to get $5,000 for it.
It almost looks too good, you know? I'm going to need to make sure it's authentic and put a real solid value on.
The expert confirmed it was a genuine key gun from between 1680 and 1720, and its original working lock made it especially rare.
Like I said, I've never seen one with its original lock. So if it functions well, I think you're approaching $10,000.
So to test the gun's functionality, they took it to the firing range.
I'm going to show you how this is done. 3, 2, 1.
After seeing it work, the expert said the piece could bring around $10,000 at auction.
So how much did you want for it?
Let's go 7.5.
I'm offering $5,000. It's more than a fair offer.
I'm thinking 5,500.
You know, I'm really thinking the 5.
53?
52 and you got a deal.
52 it is.
I have a pair of 1860 Colt Army revolvers.
Where in the world did you get these?
I actually just moved to Vegas and I found them in my garage.
Rick explained that the Colt Army was a standard issue Union pistol during the Civil War and one of the most advanced firearms of its time.
How much do you want for them?
$20,000.
All right, do you know how much a pair of 1860 pistols are worth? A pair of them? Over $100,000.
While the pieces might fetch 6 figures, Rick pointed out the serial numbers were too far apart to be factory engraved. Later engravings added some value, but far less than original work.
We're nowhere near the 6 figures they would go for if they were factory engraved. But these Colts are a very attractive pair. And Colts are as collectible as they come.
Rick started the negotiation at $3,500 and went back and forth with the seller, trying to find common ground.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $5,000. I think that's a fair price.
I'll do the 5.
What do you got here?
Got an 1884 Colt 45 revolver.
The next item was a piece of Wild West history, an 1884 Colt 45 single-action Army revolver.
Do you know much about these guns?
I really don't know a whole lot. I just know that gun was made somewhere around 1884 and it's nickel-plated.
These were the Glocks of their day. They were really, really high-tech when they came out.
Rick knew the design instantly, the same model used by outlaws, lawmen, and cowboys for decades. But since there are a lot of fakes and even nickel-plated variants are rare, He called in an expert to verify it.
Based on everything I can see here, Rick, I think this is a real original 1880s Colt.
The expert confirmed it was the real deal, mostly original and in great condition for its age. But one serial number didn't match, which brought the value down to somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000.
What do you want for it?
3.
$2 grand.
25.
$2 grand. All right.
I got a cool Derringer I want you to look at.
The seller explained he found it inside a safe he bought at a garage sale.
Do you know the history behind Derringer?
Not really.
Okay. There was an actual guy named Derringer, and he only made small guns like this. Later down the road, when a lot of other people started making small guns, they just called him a Derringer.
Rick explained why Derringers were so popular in the 1800s. They were small, easy to carry, and used for personal protection.
So how much do you want for it?
$5,000.
The seller wanted $5,000, but Rick explained that, due to its post-1850 features and missing parts, the value was much lower.
Give me your best shot.
$600. It beats up the value that much. It really does.
How about $4,000?
No. I'd go $750.
No, I can't. No.
You know, I'll go $850. I don't think you're going to go that.
Nope, I'm not.